Why is my iPhone bending in my pocket? No one was looking at the interns for that. You know what I mean?
All right, we live.
We're live. Okay. When we go live, I'm gonna send you the link. Oh, this looks nice, Spencer. This actually looks really nice.
Oh, dude, just made that shit. That shit's dope.
That shit's tough. I'm gonna send it to you. We usually just have everybody that comes on put it like on their Snapchat story and just be like, "Come say hi," and people always just come say hi. You could just like drop a link. I just don't do it on Instagram because it's you have to have like 10K followers to post a link and stuff, which is kind of stupid.
It's dumb.
Yes, what for it's for the Discord, you're saying?
No, this link is we're live on YouTube right now, so people can come in and like talk to us and chat with us and everything. So you just say like, "Come say hi" with a link on your Snapchat, and people always will come say hi. You know, they're like, "You're on a podcast? What?"
That's cool.
Okay, cool. I just posted mine.
I pulled back the latency on it too, so it's like more real time.
Yeah, I noticed that when I first pressed play. I was like, that was pretty recent.
I was playing with Streamlabs the other day, just trying to figure it out, trying how to use it more. Because I tried looking up YouTube videos, bro. I couldn't keep up with them, so I just started clicking on shit. And I was like, I'm gonna learn it myself.
I can't blame you. But yes, we are back, guys, with episode 7 of the EMU Club podcast. We took a little bit of a hiatus, but that's okay because we're back now, better than ever. And today we have a very, very special guest, my close friend, Campbell Garrison.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's going on? Do you want to like introduce yourself to the people, let them know, you know, what you're doing?
Yeah, my name's Campbell Garrison. I'm actually a student at Widener University. I study mechanical engineering. I went to high school with EJ. We played lacrosse together at Appoquinimec High School. And right now, actually, I'm working at one of the manufacturing plants for Sherwin-Williams, doing some process improvement work for them out in Hagerstown, Maryland.
Nice.
Been talking to EJ a lot recently about his EMU company and just kind of what they've been doing with that.
Emu.
I don't know, it's kind of cool.
Ooh. Yeah, man. We're really excited to have you on, man. So before we went live, you know, we had a really good conversation. So we gotta keep this conversation going, man. We're talking about working, we're talking about jobs, internships, networking, everything in between. Honestly, one of the things that I notice right now is that if you are working somewhere and you're like an intern, right? Most people are expecting to come out of college making $100K. And to me, that's unrealistic if you're just at a starting position anywhere. Doesn't matter, Goldman Sachs.
I think it's completely unrealistic.
Unrealistic, but that's what a lot of people are hoping for.
Nah, I mean, see, my kind of take on a lot of that, and especially with like the money aspect of it, is some of the greatest advice I ever got was like, when you're first coming out of college, and even when you're looking for internships, like you should not be focused on the money whatsoever. You shouldn't even be focused on the location. You should be focused on what job is going to give you the best exposure, the best experience. Because like down the road, the people that really get into those positions where you're talking, you know, huge 6 figures, even those $200,000 salaries, those company stock options, things like that, are the people that know their stuff and are making the big boy decisions. And they're making those decisions. They have great experience. And the only way that you can gain great experience is by, you know, working at a large, really getting put in like good positions where you're not necessarily getting paid as much. I mean, if someone's offered you a $60,000 job at Google, right, and you might learn all kinds of crazy stuff that is going to advance your career, and then you might get offered some $75,000 job at some company that, hey, there's no future there. I mean, are you really going to take an extra $15,000 and sacrifice, you know, potential returns or a potential position in the future? I mean, that's ridiculous. And you have to like kind of think about that.
Yeah. And I think like another thing, like 100K is kind of like, to me, it's a superficial number. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, so I'll give you 100K a year. Now you have taxes. So you're already down to what, 70, 65K a year? Like you're not bringing home 100K if you're getting paid 100K. And I think a lot of people forget about that part, especially.
Well, it's that, and I know you have this kind of mindset because I know you like starting businesses and that kind of stuff. But like, it's also you got to get more in that mindset of it's not about how much money you're making from a job, right? It's about the jobs really just kind of sort of support you, and a lot of times something that you love. At least I hope. But really, what you got to think of is beyond that salary. Like, what can you do with that money to make you more money? And that's like the basic concept, right? Whether you want to get into stocks, real estate. Maybe you want to take what you learned from a company that you're working at right now and go and start your own business. Maybe it's just go into consulting, whatever it is. But like, people got to stop looking at things like, oh, I'm going to be rich if I make $100K a year at my job. No. You're going to be rich if you make $60,000 a year at your job and you take that $60,000, you live by your means, you live in a decent apartment, you drive a decent car, and you take that money and you invest it and make smart investments. I mean, that's like, you look at all these people that are super rich. I mean, it wasn't because they just worked a crazy. I mean, yes, some people, they work their way all the way to the top of an organization and they're making, $3-4 million a year. But like, I mean, how many CEOs are really making that money out of all the people that are millionaires?
Oh,
that you hear of?
Yeah, I think that like right now, I read a statistic saying like there's never been like this many millionaires in America before, which is really interesting to me because it's like that statistic came out like at the exact time where there had never been as many unemployed people. So it's kind of like it sounds like a conundrum. Like, how is that even possible? How are there's so many millionaires, but there's so many unemployed people? And I mean, of course, like at the end of the day, it comes down to having valuable skills, and you know what I mean. Because if like I think that's the thing. Like for me, at least, right? If I were to pay somebody 100K a year for a job, right? That job's going to get hundreds of applicants. So for me to pay you that 100K, you have to at least be valuing the company with at least triple. That's what I feel like.
Oh yeah, I agree
At
with
least
that.
triple. So it's like, what are you doing? Like, don't think, oh, I'm worth 100K, because that means you should really be getting paid like 35K.
Yeah, no, 100%.
You know what I mean? So it's like, if you're not putting in $300,000 worth of value to the company, then you shouldn't expect to get that much money either way. And a lot of times, your position doesn't even allow you to put that much value into the company. You know what I mean?
No, I would 100% agree. I mean, yeah, that's the other thing. People look at salary of like, yeah, like it looks like you guys think like a company is there to make money. That is the end of the bottom line is they need to see $1 of profit. So like everyone looks at like companies and jobs as like them giving me money. No. They're giving you a portion of the profits for you to help build the like that. That's essentially what you're doing.
Capitalism.
Yeah, at its very core.
I don't know, bro. If you're unemployed right now, this isn't knocking at anybody. You're lazy. There are so many we're hiring signs out right now near me, like everywhere.
That's because I think that's just because of the unemployment benefits. I think that's why there's so much unemployment going on.
Screw that. And everybody's like, oh, I don't have a job. I don't have a job. Like, go get a job. Go out.
But people don't want to do that. Like, I always thought to myself, like, I saw the thing saying, like, the way to always have money is to never be too good or think that you're too good to take a job. You know what I mean? Like, if you are broke and you have no money and you see a Dunkin' Donuts is hiring, I'm like, oh, I'm not going to work at Dunkin' Donuts. You know what I mean? Like,
stay broke.
Who are you to say
stay
where
broke.
you're going to work at? You have no money.
Stay broke.
What'd you say?
I said stay broke.
Exactly. That's what you want to do, then that's what you do. What do you think about that $15 minimum wage? How do you think that's going to play out?
I'm going to love paying $7 for milk. You got to think,
I think the $15 minimum wage is going to almost be necessary now. I mean, with the increasing inflation we're seeing. But I mean, I don't know. Wages have kind of already been behind for maybe 10 or 15 years. Like wages have kind of dragged their feet a little bit with like increasing prices. It's kind of something that's inevitable that has to happen. But I mean, it is just going to continue to expedite this like whole inflation thing because, if payroll goes up, prices of the goods or services you're selling go up. I mean, that's just business 101. But I mean, it's just, it's inevitable. I mean,
I'm thinking about like the small businesses though, right? Like if you're getting a PPE loan, that means that you couldn't pay your employees' paychecks, right? So if you couldn't already pay their paychecks, now you have to almost double in some states their salary. How are you going to afford that?
If
you know what I
mean? Are you saying like small businesses?
Yeah, like small businesses.
Yeah. I don't know, especially because small businesses have already taken such a hit from COVID. I mean, it's.
Oh yeah.
If you're a small business right now, Like, truthfully, stop, take a break, go to social media, try to find a cheaper route right now, bro, because you're not gonna be making money. No,
I know
nobody's
it's a shame.
working
It's a
for
shame
you.
though. I mean,
Nobody's working for you. Nobody's making enough money to pay for what you're trying to sell. Like,
Yeah.
what are you doing? What are you doing?
nah, that's really what's a shame. I mean, like I said, this whole COVID thing is kind of like completely like forever like stained like small business, like just the whole industry of like small businesses in general.
Oh yeah. A lot of them took a big hit, and it's
Yeah,
it's
you can't recover. I mean, you know, Target can take a hit for a year or two, but
oh yeah.
some mom and pop shop can't.
What's up, Kim? Thanks for joining again. Haven't seen you in a while. Kim's like a
Because we
frequent
haven't
viewer.
podcasted in a while.
Yeah. But yeah, honestly, I don't know. Like, if I was on the floor to vote for it, I'd probably vote against it. Not even gonna lie.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know that you can really do that. I don't know. That's a very complex topic because also, I mean, look at like I said, if prices continue to raise, how are people at the bottom level then going to survive? You know what I mean? And pay their bills. Like that's the hard part. I don't know. It's a very loaded question because there's so many cause and effects to that, right? I mean,
Yeah.
Everybody's got one of these. Everybody's got YouTube. YouTube is free. Look up how to make money. How do I make more money? How do I invest? How do I do this? There are so many how-to videos out there right now. I can look up how to tie my shoes.
Well, yeah, I mean people definitely need to take more initiative when it comes to that kind of stuff.
But a lot of people don't have enough money to even effectively invest. If you're paid, like say like the minimum wage is $15,
go get a job.
$15. But if you're a minimum wage worker and you're in your late 30s, you've been working minimum wage like your whole life. That's a lot of people. You know what I mean? The poverty line's what, like 30K? A lot of people are making 30, 40K a year. You know what I mean?
What decision did they make beforehand to be put in that position, though?
Yeah, reverse that though. We're looking
sucks.
forward.
Damn, dude, that's tragic. That's fucking tragic. I can't feel bad for you.
You don't have to feel bad for them. I'm not trying to have a pity party. I'm just saying those people, right? They're getting $15 now. That's the minimum, right? So it's like they're going to be in the same position when the inflation matches that minimum wage. It's not like they're going to be better off. They'll be in the exact same position. Like if you look at California, they've had $15 minimum wage for what, 2 or 3 years now, and they don't have any less homeless people.
No.
They have more. So it's like, what's going on there?
Well, when you're trying to
honestly, it kind of makes you think like it's probably more geared towards like better education and stuff like that. But you know, the hard part is too though is because it's like, you know, you can have better education all you want with, you know, how to manage your finances, what you should do once you go to school, not just go to school, but how are you going to get a job at school, all that kind of stuff, investing, all that great stuff. But like at the end of the day, like if people don't care or people don't want to take that initiative, it's never going to happen. Like, you know, I mean, I know I go to school with so many kids who have great education, are raised right, and all that kind of stuff, but they aren't necessarily going to get those high-paying jobs, or they're not necessarily going to get a job even in their field. But it's because they're just not taking that initiative to figure out what do I need to do to get a good job that isn't, you know, in that 30, 40, 50, whatever K range. Like, what do I need to do? Because obviously it's not just showing up to class and doing and working hard. It's more than just showing up to class, you know? And a lot of people just don't really necessarily understand that, or they don't want to understand that, maybe.
That sucks for them. The other people are gonna thrive. I can't feel bad for people on the decisions that they make, and then they're like, "Oh, pitiful me! Like this person put me here." No, dude, you put yourself there. Shut up. Shut up.
Yeah, and I think like what you're saying is like, yeah, like I mean, there's really only a small percentage of people who really kind of their hands were tied and they really didn't have anywhere to go. I think that is probably a very small percentage. Yes. Most of them, like what you're saying, yes. Some people make poor decisions and they like to look for a scapegoat. Yeah, it's this person's fault. It's that person's fault, and it's just they didn't really take accountability for their actions.
Or it's COVID's fault.
Yeah. But like I said, I mean, it is a shame because some people really do kind of get the short end of the stick.
But for people that do, you know, have some expendable income right now and they are looking to invest, I think that there's a lot of bad advice out there right now. Like I saw
100%. Because everybody wants to invest right now.
And go trade options. They're like, you'll make $5,000 in like a week. I'm like,
you'll lose 10,000 next
lose
week.
money in options every day. Like I've lost $4,000 in options this year. You know what I mean? Like if it wasn't for my cryptocurrencies, I would be like in the hole. My cryptos carry my portfolio 100%.
EJ, the problem with that is everybody is getting into investing, right? Like that's the new thing. So what happens is somebody gets lucky off a trade, they make $1,500 or $2,000, and they go, "Oh, I'm a genius. I'm smarter than everybody.
I'm a guru.
This is what I did. Look at my portfolio. I made $2,000 today. Look at all this." And it's kind of like, realistically, what happened is you essentially threw $2,000 on black at the casino and you hit, and now you got $4,000. And you know what I mean? Like that's essentially what it is. Like,
oh yeah.
To really make money consistently in investing, you have to put in the time and actually learn and figure out what you're doing.
Oh yeah.
You have to know what the fuck's going on.
Lose money.
What's up?
You got to know what's going on. You can't just go into stocks and think, "Oh, I just put money here and it goes up." Like, no, bro.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? Maybe
yes,
in some like long-term stocks, yeah. Like if you had enough money to go invest in Amazon and Tesla, hell yeah, go put some shares in there. It's not gonna go skyrocket to the moon like y'all want it to. But if you wait 15, 20 years, you're going to have a nice little chunk of Chuck E. Cheese there, and you can take that, and then you can start investing some more.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, it's just nobody can ever come into the investing with the idea of like, "Oh, this is easy. I'm gonna be the next Jordan Belfort overnight." That's never how it goes. And even the people that are raking in the cash with like Dogecoin, like stuff like that, like you got to think, and I don't know what your opinions are on this, EJ, but you got to think at any day something like Dogecoin is going to come crumbling down, and there's going to be people left holding the bag.
I did not.
There's always people left holding the bag.
I did not put shit into Dogecoin. I have not put shit into Bitcoin.
Bro, and I get mad every time I see it go up because I'm like, maybe I could have quickly doubled my money. But I'm like, the second I throw a couple grand in there, that whole thing's crumbling. I'm gonna be just like, why? Why did I do this?
Honestly, just let EJ know when you invest so he can pull out. If that's what you're saying, bro, you just need to tell a couple people like, "Hey, when I put it in here, it's gonna drop, but I want some return for putting some money in."
Honestly, the thing right now, though, right? Like, it's not even really like the market's fault. Whose fault it is the people that are really just scammers, right? Like, if you go on PooCoins, you can go on PooCoins and make a coin in like 10 minutes. All you have to do is put a contract, you name the coin, put a picture, and say the amount of coins that are released. That's all you got to do. Then someone can go buy your coin, right? Yeah. That coin has no utility. That coin has no functionality. It's literally just a store of value that can go up or down. And it's literally gambling, like you said. But like my portfolio, like I've been in crypto since like 2018. So like my portfolio was really always based on, because this is before any of this new stuff, NFTs, like these PooCoins came out, and it's like, or even like altcoins. Huh?
Ironically, though, all the NFTs, even though they're all kind of like BS, most of them, they honestly do help that whole value of like the Ethereum and stuff like that. Which is why I have put a good amount of money in Ethereum because of that. Because it's like everyone's into all these NFTs, and at the end of the day, like it's really helping that price of Ethereum rise. And that actually is a valuable coin that can actually hold its value and isn't going to crumble to zero.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I got into Ethereum around like $275, I think.
Really?
Yeah. So Ethereum is working out well for me.
Yeah, I'd say so.
It hit 4K today, so that definitely was nice. It's nice to see, but it's kind of like a lot of people, like you just said, end up holding the bag. Like, if you are a short-term thinker, if you are investing, and say like you're one of those people in like the lower class, right? You're making like $50K a year. You find like you scrounge together like $2,000. You buy Ethereum at $4,000. You just got into it because you didn't have any money to invest before. So you put in your money into it, and the next thing you know, it drops back down to like $1,000. You're like, oh, I gotta sell it. You're not even gonna wait for it. You know what I mean? You're like, oh man, I lost money, and you don't have diamond hands. You have to have diamond hands in these kind of things. If you don't have diamond hands,
but you gotta have diamond hands if you know from the start that you made a good investment. That's what it is. Because
That's
when you're
very true.
gambling and you're just throwing money in because you think you can make a quick buck, when you see it go down to 1,000, you're like, oh my god, what did I do? This was such a bad idea. But if you
GameStop.
know that what you're investing in is smart, you can let it go down to $2. And you're like, I don't care. It's gonna go back up. It's all speculative. It's gonna go back up. That's all it is.
Yeah. Were you into GameStop when that whole thing was going?
Dude, I didn't touch any of that stuff. I feel like an idiot when like all these people that like aren't into investing at all are like making a couple bucks here and there, all that stuff, and they're like, and people ask me like, oh, do you get into it? You get into it? And I'm like, no, I am not touching any of that stuff because I do not want to be stuck holding the bag. I'd rather take a smart 5-10% gain on my money rather than trying to double it with the potential of losing everything. Like,
oh yeah.
I'm a big low risk. I like my low risk stocks that slowly go up. I love.
And
those.
It doesn't even have to be like that low risk. Like like if you're still making 5-10%, like come on, you're making 5-10% of your money.
Exactly.
Nothing.
I don't care.
Like,
I'm taking low risk over high risk any day. Like
I've been at one point, like how much gains do you want?
Not a lot.
You know what I mean?
Not a
how
ton.
much do you really,
Not
if you're
like a shit ton.
2,000%? What do you want? What else do you want it to go to 3,000?
People want that like $5 to 10 million. That's what everybody wants.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what everyone thinks that's gonna happen. Like that they're just gonna
For
build
some people it will.
like yeah, and there's always going to be those couple guys that get lucky, like whatever, and that happens. Like that's why I saw something on Instagram that made me laugh. It was like some guy is probably a big, huge hedge fund manager. He's about to lose his job because of everything with GameStop, and his son is in his basement, 32, doesn't even have a job, smoking pot, and he's now a millionaire off of like Dogecoin and GameStop. And his dad's like, "What's going on in this world?"
But you're gonna have those people that their entire lives are flipped on their head once Dogecoin or anything else goes under.
Oh yeah.
Like
they're like my uncle. My uncle. I was talking to him, and he was up 11 grand in Dogecoin.
Really?
Did not pull out his profits. Now he's at like I think like 6 grand or something.
Which is still insane.
Still insane, but he still hasn't pulled out. So it's like, what are you waiting for? Is 11 grand not enough for you? And he's like, oh man, I wanted to get like 20 grand, I'll buy a new car and all this. I'm like, take that 11 grand out and put it into XRP. Put it into Bitcoin.
Put it into Ethereum. Yeah, like the fuck are you doing?
Put it into something else.
Yeah, you already got lucky. Now move into a safe investment. Like, and that's the thing. Ethereum's actually not a terrible investment.
Ethereum is the smartest investment out right now.
That's what I'm saying, and it's still moving with crazy percentages. I mean, for as smart as Ethereum is, the things I would compare it to, over in like actual like companies and stocks and everything, they're gaining like 5 or 10%. Ethereum has doubled in like the last month. Like, you know what I mean? Like, why would you keep all your money in something like Dogecoin? Like, that is beyond me. I would love to ask both of you though. What do you think is actually going to be the main cause of when Dogecoin like comes down? Because it has to, right? At some point.
When people find out who's running Bitcoin.
People keep saying that. Honestly, I think that. Oh, not to not answer your question. When people keep saying that, when people find out like who actually started Bitcoin, it's going to go to zero, right? And I think that there's only about 3 or 4 people that could be the case.
I think I know who it is.
If Kim Jong-un started Bitcoin, it'll probably go to zero. Maybe. Maybe. If Vladimir Putin started...
We just got played.
Yeah, if Kim Jong-un started, I would say like 75% chance it's going to zero.
I know who it is.
I would say it's going to get banned in America.
I know who it is.
That'll probably make it go to zero.
What do you know that we don't know? What you got?
I know who it is.
Who is it?
It's Donald Trump.
For all the people watching right now, who started Bitcoin?
It's Donald Trump.
That's cap. That's cap. He does not have the technology.
Dude, I honestly don't think that it is probably something weird with like who started it. You know what I mean? Like
it has to be someone that's a crazy world
because
power.
I also think the one, you have like the conspiracy of like it's the Satoshi dude who they claim started whatever, like that whole deal. I also think with as complex as this is and everything, like I feel like it had to have been like a team of guys like who had a lot of money, behind them. You know what I mean? Like they had so like when you say something like Kim Jong-un, like I know it's a joke, but like some kind of situation like that, right? Like somebody who's got a lot of money and has the resources to pull together some kind of team of engineers and whip this thing up. Like,
oh yeah. And it wasn't China because China is coming out with their new coin that's basically supposed to take down Bitcoin. and they're
Oh,
basically gonna make it like the country because you know China's pretty fucked up. Not gonna lie, if you
China's
like
under
really dive deep
siege.
into China like daily life, it's pretty like compared to living in America, it's fucked up.
There's just little girls all over the street.
Bro, have you seen like their social norms? Not like social norms. They have like a social thing, right? If you live in like one town, I remember Vice did a special on it. They went to the town. So you live in this town and
that was his source advice.
oh, they were there. They went there. They were in China.
No, I know. I'm just guessing.
Shout out to John Henry, man. John Henry started Vice. He's lit. Harlem Capital. They're lit over there. Shout out to them. But they went there and they literally showed a board in the middle of town hall, in the middle of the town, like town square. And on that board had everybody's names on it and all of their infractions on it. You scan QR codes for everything. And at all times, like you're being tracked through your phone, right? So as you go to a store, you scan a QR code to buy like apples or whatever. Then you leave the store and you jaywalk across the street. They're going to take money out of your account straight like that. Like no questions asked, no trial, no nothing. And then your name is going on the board as an infraction. There's literally, you ever see like that Black Mirror episode where like they're walking around with their phones trying to get a 5-star rating? It's literally like that over there in real life for those guys.
That's crazy.
Real life.
I'm gonna move to China.
You're gonna move to China.
He's hooked. He loves it.
Shout out
That's
to
crazy.
Morgan Lewis.
Morgan.
He said howdy.
Howdy. Yeah, man. It's a crazy world we live in. Like, I think that in America we get so caught up in American drama that we don't even realize like how bad it is other places.
I don't know. Europe seems pretty nice right now.
Does it?
But is it? Yeah, like is it? Like what do you mean? Like,
Europe seems great.
If Europe's so great, then why do we leave Europe? Come make America.
No, no. You can't. No, don't say that.
What do you mean?
We didn't leave Europe. We left Great Britain. That place was dog shit.
That basically is Europe.
No, it's not. You're capping.
what about all the Irish coming over here? All the Italians, like all that too. I mean that whole wave. The Germans. I mean everybody.
That's because people
Look,
just wanted
Mom.
gold. Everybody was just looking for gold.
Looking for gold? The gold rush?
Yeah. That's all the
That was
Spaniards.
for the American dream. That's what it was for.
Yeah, you were just coming out here to try to pan for gold.
People went from living on the streets to living in penthouses in America back in the day. Not penthouses, but
I remember like playing Oregon Trail and always thinking like, wow, so if you got to America at a certain time, you could just walk west and whatever you wanted was yours. Like you'd be like, from here to there is mine, and there's nobody to tell you any different. Be like, this is all mine. From that rock to that rock is mine.
Imagine if
No
they
matter.
did that now. If they just wiped out every building and just made it a plain field, and however much wood you wanted, you could get. Blah blah blah.
It would get bad. It would get bad very quickly.
Oh yeah, there'd be a lot of deaths.
It'd be the Hunger Games all over again.
Pretty much. People would start making.
I'd probably stay at home. I probably wouldn't. I'd probably go. You know what? It's just not my day to gain riches.
You know who would really thrive in that environment though is all like the large organizations, like the Masons, all the frats, all like the Harley Riders and stuff. Like they would all just work together. And then what are you gonna do against 100,000 people in a frat?
You're
We're
right.
gonna move in a coalition and just take over a whole city. Take over a whole.
I've got my M16.
How many people are gonna mow down? They have M16s too.
At least 60.
You don't have 60 bullets.
He's got one person.
No, I got 230 clips.
You're gonna reload.
Bro, it's simple.
They got their guys
boom, 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 boom. Run away real quick. Reload. Boom, boom, boom. It's Call of Duty. It's simple. This is simple.
You're getting sniped at while you're reloading.
I'm not getting sniped, bro. I'm head glitching.
Head glitch is not.
Nobody's sniping me, bro. I'm snaking the hell out of these kids. You're not gonna be able to hit me. I'm bobbing my head up and down like, yeah.
You're gonna start teabagging guys.
I can respawn, right?
Maybe. You know what I was thinking? What do you think about this, Campbell? What's the first law of thermodynamics?
What is the first law of thermodynamics?
You know what it is. You're an engineering major. You know
I
what
don't
it is.
even know what that is.
I don't think so. I don't know. I barely passed thermo 1 and 2. What do you got?
Energy cannot be created nor destroyed.
Okay.
That's the first law, right?
Probably. I don't know. I mean, it sounds right.
So if you're energy, you are energy, right? Like,
Right.
you know,
Technically.
how
Yes.
could you be destroyed? That energy, once you die, it's
Because
not
because
my heart stops.
EJ,
but it's not. It can't. That goes against the laws of physics.
No, EJ. If you die, right, and you want to be what's the word? When you're not buried, you're
Cremated?
Cremated. You're cremated. You are then providing heat into the atmosphere in a form of energy.
Ooh.
But who's to say that your body is the only thing that's energy? You can't harness your mind. You know what I mean? Your mind and your thoughts. You can't go into your brain and grab out the thoughts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So how are you going to say that just your physical body is all the energy that you possess?
I mean, somebody could just put a bullet through your head and then your brain's all mushy.
Because EJ, you're thinking more like spiritual. Like I understand what you're saying, but like when you're talking about physics, right, and like thermodynamics, your thoughts are just not a part of the equation at all. Like if we're just only talking, because we're only talking about your fit. Because if I cut your head open right now, I would not see your thoughts. I would see your brain, your skull, your blood, bone, all that kind of stuff. That's what I'm saying. You can't. There's your thoughts are like no matter. They don't really exist. They only exist like in your.
Yeah, you can't think when your head's split open.
Why can't you?
Because the nerves are cut. I don't
know. Yo, you're dead.
But that's what I'm saying. Like,
because I think EJ, it's the same way. It's the same way of like, okay, if you run a cord right from an out or from you run a cord from your phone to display to a TV, right? And you cut that cord. They are no longer connected, and what's on your phone will no longer display to the TV. But that matter still, you know what I mean? Like that matter still exists in like the form, like a physical form. But that like signal or whatever, you know what I mean? Like
that was a really good analogy. I understood that completely.
The TV is really just our dimensional perception, right?
Yeah.
If you think about it, you really only exist from like your eyes. That's all. Like, where else do you exist? That's all you experience from.
Because you're going through that thing where it's like feel and everything. You only feel because you think of it. Yeah, like you're talking about that whole concept where it's like, does anything? You could get into that whole thing. Does anything even exist? Right? Like it's only what you see and what you feel. I don't know what you see and feel. I only see. You know what I mean? I only see what you see. Like whatever. You can get into that whole thing.
Y'all are hurting my brain.
It's a philosophical question, really. Yeah. Most science, at the end of the day, boils down to philosophical questions. And that's like, it's okay. I've come to terms with that. I've been like, okay.
Who knows? Yeah, because it is crazy to think. The only reason, if someone says, does EJ exist? I'd say, yeah. And they'd say, well, why does EJ exist? And I'd say, because I see him. And they go, okay, but you see him. EJ don't see him. Do you know that EJ sees himself? No, I don't. I only know that you know what I mean? Like that's the other weird thing you could think about.
That is true. I never even thought about that.
I love the color one too, where it'll be like, okay, if I point to your hat, right, and I see it's black, and I say, all right, EJ, what color is that? You're gonna tell me it's black, and I say it's black. But how do we know that we're seeing the same color?
We don't.
Because my whole life, when I saw that color from the moment I was born, I was told that that's the color black, and you were told that's the color black. But your black could be my red, and my red could be your black, and you will never know the difference because everybody always points to the same, you know what I mean, the same object, and so that's what. And then people like that could be the theory behind why you might look at a sweatshirt and be like, "That's sweatshirt's sick," and I would look at that sweatshirt and go, I think it looks kind of weird.
Exactly, 100%. Perception.
Like we all have different favorite colors. Maybe we all have the same favorite color. It's just we call it a different thing because we see it differently.
You never know.
Isn't everything white?
Everything is white.
Oh, everything is white. Yeah, because it just reflects. It's light reflection, or is it white or is it another thing? It's like the light refraction.
I don't know. You know that whole little prism thing where it goes to where you did that experiment in like 6th grade. Yeah. You like shined a light through a prism and it like made the rainbow.
Because it's like literally whatever you see. Like this microphone, right? This is a black microphone. So this microphone is every color besides black because it absorbs every other color and only reflects the black. So to say that it's a black microphone in essence isn't even true.
What the fuck?
See, when we started learning about this kind of stuff, I kind of was like, maybe should I really go through this whole engineering thing? Like, this is really starting to confuse me. When we started going about like physics too, I was like, yeah, I don't know.
Dude, I don't.
Is there like engineering philosophy classes? Like,
No.
I guess it's more like a doctorate program. Like,
They just kind of tell you what it is. They're like, this is what it is, and don't argue. I'm like, all right.
I'm already
that
confused.
was like the best description of like a PhD program I ever got. Like, they were like, a PhD is literally just like a doctorate in the philosophy of whatever you're studying. So it's like that's why you have to add something new with your dissertation, right? Like, it makes sense.
Well, because you're taking a subject beyond what is taught. You're taking it to a point where where the questions are unknown, right? Like everyone knows that we have gravity, right? A ball drops, but like you start getting those questions of why.
Why? That's a great question. What? I mean, for a long time, people thought gravity, things just fell because they fell. Imagine thinking like that, right? We think like we think because of what we've been taught because of the past. But the people in the future might find something out that's totally different and then look back at us like, wow, they really thought gravity was real?
Yeah, like those guys are dummies.
Yeah, they're like, it's like how we look at ancient people. We're like, oh man, they didn't even know like zero existed for a while. Like, oh, they're stupid. But it's
what's crazy too, what I think about is, right, so you take somebody like Isaac Newton, right? Because all their knowledge is compiled and people continually learn off of other people's knowledge, think about his brightest moments. This guy was a brilliant mind. His brightest moments, we are taught in like second grade. Like we understand this, one of the smartest guys of his time. We understand his greatest thoughts in like a second grade. Like think about how crazy that is.
That's ridiculous.
Like imagine if Isaac Newton, like you went into a time machine, you're like a second grader, and Isaac Newton's like, yeah, I got this idea for like gravity, and you're just kind of like, yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, like gravity.
Yeah.
And he's just kind of like, what the hell?
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Like a lot of people, I think like that's like one of the faults about like the educational system. Like personally, like they were taught so much about the past that it kind of, I think it blocks a lot of people from thinking to the future. And that's why we put people like Elon on like such high pedestals. Like saying like I want to put people on Mars. That's such a future thought that like when people are actually living on Mars, we'll probably be retired. You know what I mean? Like in our 70s and 80s when there's actually like people living up there.
All right, so EJ, that you're right and you're wrong though, because at the same time you have to like think about everything that Elon Musk knows that gives him the ability to think broader and put everyone on Mars. It's all that basic knowledge that going from regular math to algebra to calculus, standing with like moving from elementary science to physics and, kind of all that kind of thermodynamics, all that kind of stuff. You have to learn the basics in the past. I understand like what you're saying. Like, yeah, like we don't necessarily teach people the future, but sometimes it's like we kind of have to crawl before we can walk. Like
that is true. That's very true. What do you think about him saying he has Asperger's? I thought that was really interesting.
I don't know. I don't really know much about the what do you call it? I guess physical condition. Is it considered a physical condition or is it mental?
It's
whatever
mental.
it's considered.
It's mental.
Okay. I don't really know much about it, so I can't really say that. But I mean, I don't know. I guess. So I guess it makes sense because a lot of people who do have a lot of those kind of symptoms, I guess, like they are usually very intelligent. But at the same time,
I guess from the way
he seems pretty. I don't know.
Does he talk normal though? Did you see the SNL episode?
Sometimes I wonder though, is it like why? Like sometimes I wonder. Some people are just very intelligent, right? So because they're so intelligent, they have a hard time relating to people who aren't as intelligent, right? It's very hard for them to associate with them. That doesn't necessarily mean that there's something wrong with them, though. You know what I mean? They're just at a higher level. So I don't really know. Obviously, I don't know much about the mental condition. I don't know much about him, but like I always like wonder that sometimes, and I'm like, do people just like? Was he just told that as a child because he was probably a little awkward, or was he just a little awkward because he was just so smart and other kids were just kind of like, playing with their toys and he's like, well, how can I make this toy? You know what I mean? Like he's just like thinking.
Yeah, he said he built a video game at like 12, which was what, in like the 80s or 90s?
Exactly.
If you're building something back then, like that's pretty, like now we have all these tools to learn. Before you're reading from a book how to do coding, how to learn Java, Python, anything. And you're learning that at like before you're even in high school and you're building stuff with it. People can't even do that now with all these resources.
Yeah, I was about to say, I mean, learning, that's what also you have to take consideration. I mean, learning that stuff at his age, at the time period, is completely different than, one of us learning that at 12 years old. Completely different because it's so much yeah, it's so much harder to learn. It was so much more unknown. I mean,
Yeah.
we've always grown up with the internet existing. Like we think that's normal. Like think about growing up in a place where like the internet was like not a thing, and then all of a sudden it was like the internet. Like how are you supposed to really grasp that concept? Us, it's like the internet, like it just exists.
It's like old people.
That's what
I
our
think it's the same
parents
thing.
went through. Our parents didn't have
They're
internet.
confused as shit. They're confused.
I'm teaching my dad and mom how to use their iPhone and like share their location when they need me to like come pick them up or something. I'm like, yo, just
Because it's
share
second
button.
nature. It's second nature for us because we've always grown into it. But like for other people, it's not second nature because halfway through their life, when they thought they knew everything, they had to learn all that, and it was like, whoa, what?
Here's
Yeah.
the scary
can't
thing. What are
wrap
we
your
gonna
mind
have to
around
learn
it.
that our children are gonna teach us?
Dude,
I think we're gonna have an advantage though.
I'm not looking
honestly.
forward to that day where like there's some crazy device and I'm like an old man and I'm like, dude, what the heck?
Like, what is this?
It's awful.
Like, where's the buttons?
But honestly, like technology is only gonna get simpler and simpler, right? So like
It's already
yeah,
simple
like
and old
50
people
years.
can't grasp it, EJ. My grandmother was on her dashboard and asked me how to get to the internet. I was like, you click on the Google icon.
Yeah, but
But
She
that's-
didn't even know how to get to the internet, EJ.
But you're not gonna have to do that in the
That's the
future.
simplest form you can
easy.
do.
It'll probably be in the future. It'll probably just be like you think about it or just like
And it just
whatever,
happens.
and it just appears, and then you can move it or whatever. And wherever you swipe left, wherever you want it to move and swipe left, it'll move into that location. Like it's probably gonna be like
Oh,
you're saying, it's
fuck,
so
that's
simple.
scary.
So
No
simple
thanks.
where it's literally. Have you seen like those people that say like they're from the future and they have like a chip right here in their hand and it literally allows them to do that stuff? And Elon Musk literally just did that. If you look it up, like he has Neuralink and then he has another thing that they put into monkeys' arms. And Neuralink is working, by the way. A monkey was able to move a controller with his mind this year.
I'm
This
sleeping with
year,
I'm
he was
sleeping
able
with the
to-
light on
a
tonight.
monkey,
I don't
not
like hearing
even
all this
you,
kind of stuff.
not even a human, a monkey was able to move a controller with his mind. They taught him how to use it, and then he was able to use his mind to move something
That's
physical.
enough internet for me today.
Bro, what the fuck?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like that kind of stuff is only. This is only the beginning. This is only.
EJ, you're telling me
2021.
that this monkey has superpowers?
He doesn't. He has a Neuralink device in his
He has
head. He doesn't have
superpowers. He has. You move shit with your
It
mind. Like,
won't
what
be
the fuck? That was on
superpowers when
X-Men.
everybody has one. When everybody has superpowers, they're no longer superpowers.
That monkey
Bro, imagine
has a power
like,
that nobody else has.
Imagine you're sleeping in the middle of the night and you just wake up at like 3 a.m. and you're like, oh shit, my head's getting shit. you gotta call a security company. You're like, yeah, someone's hacking my chip in my head. I'm taking all my info.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think about it, bro. There's the group of kids that literally just hacked in to a gas line.
Oh,
It
the
was
pipeline?
kids that did that.
I don't know, bro. Who knows how old they are? They hacked into
Who
a whole
knows?
pipeline, bro.
And
I
just
didn't
shut
know
it
that
down.
was
Gas is
Yeah,
$9 where I'm at right now. A
$3
gallon.
a gallon.
I gotta pay $9 a gallon if I wanted to go get
No,
gas right
not.
now.
It is not $9 a gallon.
said
How much you want to
$3.
bet?
It's $9 a gallon.
$9 a gallon. How much you want to bet?
Where?
Oh
In
my
Georgia.
What?
North Carolina had a state of emergency yesterday.
I guess that's an excuse to
$9.
call. I guess that's an excuse to call off work.
You weren't even allowed to
God.
go
No
to work.
gas.
Yo, imagine you. What do you call it? You're coming home from work and you see it's like $3, and you're like, oh, I don't feel like paying for it. I'm just gonna go home. I'll get it tomorrow. You wake up the next morning, it's like 9, and you're like, that's what I get for being lazy. God damn it.
That's crazy. $9 a gallon is insane.
I
That is
saw it
insane.
today, bro,
And
because
then
I
in the
had filled up
pandemic,
yesterday.
it was like $1.90. Like it just went the complete opposite.
Bro, I remember like down by the beach, like it was in Delaware. It was literally like almost $1. It was like $1.12.
Yeah, the pandemic.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was crazy.
I loved
It
it
was
during
crazy,
the
though.
pandemic. That shit was great.
It
They
was
wanted
like,
people to
you're
get
just gonna-
gas. They were like, come outside, please.
yeah.
Get gas.
Yeah, I should have been stockpiling barrels of it then in my basement. Like just would have
What
been
do you
a
think
safety
about the
hazard for a
vaccine,
while.
Campbell? At this
What's up?
point, more Americans have the vaccine than could ever contract COVID. Why are we still in a pandemic?
Because the
Because
vaccines
it-
aren't
I think-
100%.
Then why
that,
would we take
and
it?
I think I mean that, and I think it got political, like anything. You know what I mean? So it just becomes more than just the numbers and the stats and all that kind of stuff. I think it just becomes more of like what people want to believe or don't want to believe.
But over 200 million, there's only what 350 million people. Over
Something
200
like that.
million of them have the vaccine, and that was like a month ago. So I'm sure it's
Right.
even more now. So it's like, why force the vaccine so heavily and then still be in, like stage 1 in Delaware, still being 4 to a table in Delaware, where
Y'all are still 4 to a table?
we're 4 to a table.
Well,
What the
so
fuck?
I-
Restaurants are
Florida
fully
is
open here.
partying in no mask. Georgia's
But
partying
New York,
with no
New York,
mask.
I know just opened up like 100%, something like that.
Did they really?
Which surprises me because New York was like lockdown central for the longest time. I mean, you couldn't do anything.
Las Vegas
Yeah.
just opened up their gaming, like their gambling areas to 100%.
So why is Delaware at 4 to a table?
Who knows?
Because it's political, and it just becomes a whole, like that's the problem with democracy. It moves slow. People got to vote on stuff and what they believe and blah blah blah, and it becomes bigger than just what is the right thing to do. It becomes a much more, just a giant, much bigger mess.
Wait, so here's my question. If everyone got the vaccine, because I don't have it yet. I haven't gotten my shots yet. If everyone gets it, do I have to get mine?
If you're the only person that doesn't have it?
Because technically they can't give it to me, and I can't give it to them, so...
Well,
that's
that's
the
true.
idea. That's the idea of herd immunity, and that's why they say once we reach like 70% vaccinated, it won't be an issue.
There's
because
no
there'll be enough
point.
people where...
That's why
Huh?
I ain't getting it. And for the people that are feeling like shit after the shot, just because their body's like trying to get used to it and stuff, I don't want to go through that.
Well, the thing is, you live in the South, right? A lot of southern states are banning vaccination passports. But like New York, like you just said, like Florida voted against it. They made it illegal to have vaccination passports to go do things. But places like New York,
okay.
like you just said, they literally are like on the forefront of that. So you will literally have to have an app on your phone that shows that you're vaccinated just to go into places now. So it's like, you live in the South.
What are
so
your
that's
thoughts on that?
probably not
Do you
going to
think-
happen to you.
Do you think that's necessary or no?
I think that's complete, utter bullshit. It's un-American. Fuck that 100%. 100%.
I don't like that.
That's so un-American. I have to
don't
show
see-
a passport.
Yeah.
I have to show
I mean,
identification.
to be honest with you, the hard thing the one thing that's very hard for me to understand is it necessary or is it not? Am I just saying it's not necessary because, of what one political view is saying, or am I saying it is completely necessary because of what I'm like, I don't know what to believe. You know what I mean? Like, that's the hard part about this, because I feel like nobody's telling the truth. What is really going on? What is necessary? That's what's so difficult about all this. So it's like, it is so difficult for me to make any kind of informed decision about what I should do and what other people should be doing, because I don't even know what's true and what's not true. Like,
Have you gotten the vaccine?
I have not, no. But I mean, I know with Widener, because with like sports and stuff, I know because like hockey and golf, like they're saying, if you don't get the vaccine, you're gonna have to get tested almost every week. So I'm kind of like, I don't want to do that. I mean, if that's what I gotta do, I'll get the vaccine. It's not a big deal, but I mean,
My thing with the vaccination passports is, right, everybody was scared about like some kind of mythological chip in your arm, right? They don't even need to have that with the vaccine passport.
That was
Think
bullshit.
about it like this, though. If the government wanted to track you, if you have a vaccination passport, everywhere that you go is documented now. So they don't even need to track you in your arm anymore.
Dude,
They
you
really have
carry
a
your
record of
phone. EJ,
everywhere
you carry
you've
your
been.
phone with you everywhere you go. Like,
But that's Apple.
everybody does.
Apple doesn't share it to the government like that. This is strictly government.
Nah,
The
my
state
FBI
will
agent's definitely watching this right now.
everywhere you go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Apple is different.
My FBI is just like, this dude's weird, man.
Guy waxes me all the time.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, Apple is really like, they've been against giving stuff to the government for years. Like, they really only give stuff to the Chinese government because they made it. Google and Apple had to give their 100% keys to the Chinese government because they said, or else you cannot use your devices and clouds or whatever you want. Like, you will not be allowed. And
You don't think America already does that though, or won't?
no, they
You don't think
can't.
they ever will?
I don't know. They could.
If they do vaccination passports, well, they're not going to do it countrywide because states have already said no. So those states are not going to vote yes. You know what I mean? When it's time to vote. Like, Florida was like the first one to do it. And that's
Florida's
a huge
Florida.
state. But there's a lot of people in Florida.
Yeah, but Florida's Florida.
What do they have, like 13
They
electoral
take bath salts and eat people's face off. Like, come on.
Yeah, I mean, that happens once in a
Come
while.
on.
Not necessarily a good reference point.
But they won't be tracked while doing it. That's for sure. You
You're
want to know where
right. They're gonna have to
You'll
find
never-
you in
you
an
don't even
alleyway
get
like that
tracked,
last
you'll
dude.
But if you go to New York to go to Soho for a weekend with your family, everybody will be tracked when you go to Ruth Chris, when you go downtown and you go into the Macy's, you'll be literally tracked. They'll have a location record log of everywhere you've been every single day. And that's my issue with it.
But do you really believe that?
What
Do
do
you think
you
it's
mean?
possible? With like
They've
the
already
app,
started
the
it.
vaccination. Oh, because you're saying it's through the vaccination passport, like an app on your phone. Like,
Yeah.
okay, I see what you're saying.
It's literally a government app on your phone that allows you to go do things that you can do right now.
I'm gonna just go to Puerto Rico.
You walk to a CVS, you got to show them, you got to scan in before you even walk in. That's like the plan for it. You go to a restaurant, you got to scan in to make sure that your vaccination, that you got it.
Can't you just
You
check
gotta
my
scan in with
temperature?
that. Huh?
Can't they just check my temperature?
That's bullshit too. The temperature is not the number one thing. I can have a low temperature and have COVID. I have 0 symptoms and have COVID. You know what I mean? Like, it's literally all nonsense. That's what gets me upset about it.
There was
Like,
a
I took
video of
virology class.
Fauci saying
I
that
took
masks don't
genetics
work.
class. In like the last 2 semesters, I took virology and genetics, and the teachers really just focused on COVID the entire time. Like, we've learned so much about COVID, viruses. Like, it's literally, first of all, viruses are inevitable. There's going to be another virus after COVID.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's not like this is going to be the last virus. This is just the virus that's going on right now.
Isn't COVID just more advanced flu? Isn't that what it is?
Not really.
But like the
It has a different structure.
the chemical side of it, like it's flu.
What did Kim say? Kim said some people don't even have a computer in their household. I think the last time I checked, it was like almost 6 billion people have some kind of computer or
Oh
smartphone.
shit, bro!
device.
Kim had COVID. Kim had the vid.
The temp is BS. I've had it before. Oh man. I hope you're better, Kim. You obviously didn't die, so that's good. That's great news. But still,
Congratulations on not dying.
yeah, it's crazy, man. Like, it's like we learn so much about like the different kinds of strains and like how they're transmitted and like how long they can live on surfaces and stuff. Like, you will never really know because there's so many factors. Like, if you are in a bus, that bus might be at a certain temperature. They have air conditioners. It's gonna be at a certain temperature. What the virus can land on, what strain of virus it is, because there's now like 4 or 5 like strong identified viruses that we study this semester.
Mm-hmm.
And if one of the other strains goes on there, it could have mutated to survive longer on metal at 72 degrees. Now, if you get on a bus that's at 72 degrees and you touch the handlebar, you will probably have COVID on your hand. You know what I mean? If you're not sanitizing 24/7, you're probably have already touched it. Like, all 3 of us probably already touched it.
That makes you wonder, like, that's what I'm saying, like, do you even worry about it in some cases? You know what I mean?
I don't worry about it at all.
I mean, I had it in the
You
fall.
had COVID.
Yeah, and it wasn't bad. I mean, like, you know, I felt sick. I mean, like, the funny thing was, like, you know, all my roommates tested positive and they were all fine, and I was the one who was just like, you know, like I was stuffy, you know, like whatever. But like, I mean, at the end of the day, like I was just like, yeah, like it just felt like I catch colds all the time. I feel like I'm always sick, and that's what it just felt like. I was like, oh, caught another cold. Like that's just how it goes.
I don't know. I didn't
I'll also
get it.
tell you, like, I feel like that's the other thing. Like, I feel like I get sick all the time, and I feel like I haven't been sick at all this year besides when I had, like, COVID. Which is, like, I wonder if that's, like, a bad thing sometimes. Like, if, you know, like, my immune system, I feel like it's probably weak.
Yeah, I mean, I remember the first day of virology class, my professor, he works for, like, the National Health, NHO. He works for the NHO. He has his own lab where they study like microbiology and like cancer. I think he said his favorite virus is herpes. I don't know why, but and I asked him, I was like, "Is this virus man-made?" That's the first thing I said to him, and he was like, "We can make viruses. Like we can alter viruses and make them. That's how we make vaccinations, right? We like make it a lesser strain." but he was like, for someone to make this out of nothing and implement it in such a large scale would be so like astronomically impressive that there's basically like zero chance that it's man-made. And that kind of put me at ease. At least for like all the conspiracy.
That does kind of put me at ease. Because I feel like that's the if I was gonna take over the world, that's the way I would do it. I would, you know what I mean? I would create some kind of disease, man. Like that's the way you like. It is so. Look at what COVID has done to the world. It just completely disrupted everything.
If you're on the mask companies, you're doing well.
Natural selection.
Imagine if America was the one that sent this out, right? And we had the vaccine already ready to go, and we acted. You know what I mean? Like our whole country was vaccinated, right? And the whole rest of the world is just like struggling, like the way they have been. I mean, America would just be booming. You know what I mean? We would just like take it to the next level compared to anybody else. Maybe that's what China did.
China's not booming. China's not booming.
Remember, people are saying.
So you think that they're not booming?
China's in turmoil right now.
That's what you think.
What about what's going on in Israel and Palestine? I've been hearing a lot of stuff. I don't even know what's going on.
That has been going on since Jesus died.
That's a long time ago.
Facts.
I don't know, but it's like people are like setting up like barricades I saw and like just shooting people coming in.
Someone took someone else's land. I say you just cut Israel in half. And then wherever their like God center is that all of them want to be in, make peace. Y'all both use that.
Well, they haven't made peace yet, so I don't think they're gonna make peace.
Because they're all pissed off. You killed God, he killed God, they killed God. Like, get over yourself. You're reading a book that someone probably wrote on LSD.
The stone ape theory?
Like, truthfully, dude, I could take some shrooms and write about a god. Like, if you want me to be completely honest.
Have you seen that theory that, like, we only evolved because of psilocybin mushrooms?
I have not seen that.
Some, like, former version of, like, Neanderthals took some psilocybin mushrooms, and then that's what, like, enabled them to see, like, more than like their normal brain, and then they started using tools and thinking, this is a rock, I can smash this coconut, what else can I do?
So they were just tripping balls wanting to smash shit like the Hulk.
I got a better theory for you.
Oh yeah,
I read this book and they believe that the only reason that we're different than all other animals and stuff like that is because we possess the gene of greed. We want more, and we always want more. And that's why we look for simpler ways to do things, and we don't settle for just surviving. And I believe that more than anything.
I believe that. That sounds legit. There's a lot of greedy people.
Because why do all their species just survive? You know what I mean? Like, and why are we the ones that always just try to make things easier and easier and easier? Like,
yeah, look at bears.
It's not because we're smarter. How many animals are just as smart as us, if not smarter?
Dolphins.
Like, elephants, right? Elephants and dolphins
animals
are top two, right?
Yeah, most animals are like more like almost as intelligent. So it's like we're also not the strongest. Like there's a lot of other.
Look at gorillas, bro. They don't even lift, and they're huge. Could you imagine if you like gave a gorilla a weight set and taught him how to like lift? They would be yoked. They would be yoked. They don't even do anything. They just walk around all day and they're just huge for no reason.
Yeah.
Just taking out little kids that jump in their park, slinging them around.
Harambe!
Like, no.
Harambe for president. I remember Harambe got like a lot of votes that year. And I thought that was the craziest. That's why I feel like America was different.
Harambe and D's Nuts in 2016.
D's
Nuts got like 6,000 votes, and Harambe got like 12,000 or something. It was insane.
Honestly, that was a good ass year. I'm gonna lie. 2016, there was something different about it. I don't know what it was, but it didn't seem like
it was Lil. Yeah, it was Lil Uzi's come up. It was Lil Uzi's come up in 2016.
Playboy Cardi.
Campbell.
Oh my god, we're not talking about this again, bro. We're not talking.
I didn't want to hear because Campbell is listening to like Uzi and Cardi for a while. I have said that Playboy Cardi is the Steph Curry of the rap game because Steph Curry came in and shot a bunch of threes, and now everybody that plays basketball is shooting threes. Playboi Carti came in, started mumbling, and now everybody mumbles. That's like the new norm. So I say he's the Steph Curry of the rap game.
It wasn't Playboi Carti that started that, though.
Thank you.
Who started it?
Chief Keef.
Chief Keef. When did Chief Keef mumble? Chief Keef was on mumble.
He was
rap.
always into the mumble rap.
Does when? His
Yeah,
first
look at,
album,
like, look at
Finally
those- look at-
Rich. What
Look
mumble
after his Finally Rich album. I think it was Chief Keef, wasn't it?
That was mumble rapping? I don't know. I don't know about
I
that.
thought he was the one who started that.
What did he? I've never heard a Chief Keef song been like, oh yeah, like this is mumble rap. You know what I mean? Like he
I don't
usually is
know.
pretty like he has like a heavy, thick voice.
Well, I guess it depends what songs you're listening to.
Yeah, that's very true.
I mean, because like a lot of his hits, I mean, they're definitely not like mumble rap.
But like Playboy, but
I don't know.
Playboy
Actually, I
was
don't really
first
have any
person
great
to
examples, so I'll have
three.
to retract my statement. But I definitely, I don't know. Maybe it was Playboy Carti.
That's like
I don't
saying
know.
that Ray Allen started like the 3-point culture. He didn't start. He was hitting a lot of threes. He didn't
I
start
know
the
what you're saying.
3-point
I know what you're
culture.
saying. Like, yeah, I see what you're saying. Like he started the cult, like because of Playboy Carti, everybody wants to do it now. Somebody else may have done it, you're saying, but Playboy Carti is the one who made it like popular, like made it the thing to do.
Exactly.
He has not been delivering.
The Whole Lotta Red was 100% A+, 10 out of 10.
I looked at a thing yesterday, and yeah, it was on an IG story, and I don't know how many people voted on it, and it was on like a rap verified account. Like, do you follow Rap TV?
Nah.
Well, Rap TV put out this thing, and they were like, who did it better, Whole Lotta Red or Eternal Atake? 92% of the votes were Eternal Atake.
I was about to say, I'd hope.
No, EJ, I know you don't want to admit it, bro, but literally no one liked
hate
Whole
on
Lotta
Playboy-
Red.
No hate on
But that
Playboy
doesn't mean that
Carti,
Whole
but
Lotta Red is
that was
bad.
genuine.
But it's not what people want to listen to. It's not bad
It was
because
number
I
one.
was
It was the
listening
number
to
one
it.
album in the country.
Huh?
When it came out, it was the number one album in the country.
Yeah, because the dude hadn't dropped in fucking 3 years, EJ. Everybody wanted to hear it, and then when they heard it, they were like, "Damn, this is fucking dog shit."
What? There's a lot of real Cardi fans. I'm not the only one that play it like every day.
How many stars does he have? Let's check this out. I want to see on Apple Music, and this is strictly Apple Music because
What
I
does
don't
that
have
even mean?
Spotify.
Albums that drop the same day still have stars next to them. That doesn't mean anything.
It just means how many plays they're getting, though.
That's cap. You can literally
It's not cap.
DJ
That's how
Khaled
Apple
drop
does
an
it. He
album.
does not. He had two. He has two, and they were his two best songs on the album. Truthfully, it was Sky and I Love You, I Hate You. Those were his two best songs.
What?
You go on
You're
to Lil
crazy.
Baby's album. All right, we'll go to
Oh
Lil Baby
my
next. All
goodness.
right.
Little Baby's different though.
Lil Baby has Heatin' Up, Grace, Whoa, Emotionally Scarred, Commercial featuring Uzi.
Commercial is
Forever
crazy.
featuring
I
Lil
heard that
Wayne.
for the first
Some to
time.
Prove, Social Distancing, All In, Low Down, We Paid, and The Bigger Picture. The dude dropped. He's got so many stars.
It's because Lil Baby, I mean, he's like kind of the hottest one out right now. That's
Lil
why.
Baby's not the hottest one. He's the best one. Lil Baby is the #1 rapper right now, all time, hands
Yeah,
down.
I don't think there's any arguing that.
You
You
can't.
got Little Baby over Drake?
Right now, yes.
EJ, whose song is Drake on right now?
DJ Khaled.
No. Drake put out a song and Lil Baby took it over. It's Lil Baby's
that
song.
happens all
You know
the
what I'm
time.
talking about.
Drake takes over songs all the time. What about Astro World? Sicko Mode. Drake's Mode. What do you? That's the only reason that song came up. If Drake,
Wow, you're gonna diss Travis like
had
that?
any other person besides Drake on that song, it would not have blown up.
Are you dissing Travis like that?
I'm dissing Sicko Mode as an individual song.
How many people did Drake bring to his
I'll say
concert?
It was a good collab. I'll agree with you. It was a good collab. They both complement each other well. I'll give you that.
You're telling me Travis didn't do good on that song.
Travis is Travis. I love Travis. But I'm saying Sicko Mode, if he had like Kid Cudi on Sicko Mode, it would not have blown up the way it did.
That's cap.
That's not cap.
That's cap.
When Drake came in on the first bar, if you listen to that song for the first time, here, sun is down, freezing cold. You're like, what the? That's Drake. You're not like, oh my
That's
god.
not Drake's song though.
That's
That's
Yeah, but when
not
Travis
Drake's song.
Scott goes in, the whole flow switches up, and the song is like goes crazy. The
I-
intro's awesome. The intro gets you going, but as soon as the beat switches up and Travis Scott comes in, you're like, oh shit.
She thought it
that's
was
when
the
the song
ocean. It's
hits.
just a pool. Like, who's doing it? Like, shut up, EJ.
Bro. But I'm just, what did Kim say? Well, loss of smell and taste. Oh, she had some symptoms.
Schlesinger, what's up, Matt?
Thank you for everybody that's in here right now. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the like button. Share it with a friend. You know, we're having a good time. Get your friends involved. You know, don't leave your friends hanging. You gotta be a good friend and share the Emu Club podcast with them. That's a nice thing to do.
Yeah, no, but you're crazy. I can't believe you really just said that.
Bro,
You
Sicko,
could
I
have said
love
any
Sicko
other Drake song. There could have been another collab that Drake did that was better than Sicko Modes. Because
But
Travis went
Sicko
in.
was like the biggest one. If
Because it's Travis Scott's
had-
Astro World. Astro World was one of the most anticipated albums back in when did it come out? Like 2017, 2018?
2018.
One of the
Yeah, that was
most
waited
anticipated
for like
albums.
2-3 years. There was like a 2-3 year wait after he dropped 2 like platinum albums that were crazy. He took 2 years off, and everyone was like, "Whoa."
Drake, they're like, oh my god, it's Drizzy.
No,
They're
they were like, oh my god,
Have
it's
you ever
Astro
seen-
World Travis Scott.
Have you seen DJ Academics when he was playing it for the first time when it dropped? He was freaking out. He was on live on Twitch. The entire chat was freaking out because it was Drake. Remember, because it doesn't have the features next to the album. So no one knew that he was on it. So they're going through the album list. I think it's like the third song. They get to the third song. The entire chat goes crazy.
Hold on, you're not gonna say that Stargazing didn't even start out that album amazing either. As the first song?
The intro video before the album even dropped. That like trailer of the album was crazy.
That is probably one of the most well put together, like versatile albums that I've listened to. It's not the best, but it's one of the best. I'd put it up there in the top 10 albums that it's ever come out.
What's your best album, Campbell, that's come out? Like since 2015.
Oh my god. I don't know. I can't really give a good. I have no idea.
Number one is My Turn by Lil Baby.
Nah,
Every
Lil
song
Baby
slaps.
song.
Every song slaps.
I'm not a huge Lil Baby fan, so like for me, the thing is like whenever people talk about Lil Baby, like I always try to like bite my tongue because I'm just not really a big fan of him to begin with, and I know that everybody loves him and he's a huge hit, so it's like not really fair to me to be like, yeah, like I don't really feel, you know what I mean? Because it's like that's kind of disrespectful to Lil Baby. You know what I mean? Like
You've listened to the albums though, right?
I know I do listen to the albums and I add the songs, but it's just like I've never really been a big fan of him from the start, I guess.
What don't you like about him? Like personally.
Why is Little Baby hot? First of all, let's take a break. Why is Little Baby hot to begin with?
Because he's
Because
got
of
the
who?
best flow in the rap game.
No. Because of who?
If you say Drake, I'm gonna punch you in the throat.
What was Little Baby's
Young
breakout
Thug. Young Thug brought up Lil
it's not
Baby.
Yes Indeed. Do not say Yes
Yes,
Indeed. It was
Indeed.
before that. No, he broke out before that.
He broke out way before that.
He broke out way before that. Yes,
He
indeed.
broke out
Now,
on his
EJ,
first
yes,
album
indeed.
with Options
No,
coming
he's not.
out.
EJ,
song?
yes, indeed was
Wait,
when you
Little
got on him.
Baby.
Yes, indeed was when you started listening to him. Everybody was listening to Lil
Everybody
Baby.
started listening to him.
You're speaking out your ass.
What?
You are smoking dick. You heard me.
Nah.
Crazy. That's when you
What?
started listening to Lil Baby. Everybody was listening to him way before that. He was bumping.
What were y'all listening to?
Money
Freestyle?
Off of his
Forever. How
first
about
album,
that one?
Options.
Freestyle? You're listening to that freestyle was
Options.
tight. That was like his first like breakout song, right? But
No.
to really put him where he is today,
He
It
wasn't
wasn't
even
Yes
that
Indeed.
great.
No.
Brand new, got new keys. Oh my gosh.
That's what you know him from. That is not what
No,
everybody
I
else
know
knows him from.
before. I'm not saying that's when I discovered him. That's when he blew up.
Honestly, no. Gunna blew him up then with Oh Okay.
I'd give
Gunna
you
wasn't
yeah,
even
I-
out
Oh
like that
Okay. When
before
Oh Okay came out, that's when everybody was like, oh okay. And they're all fucking bumping their head.
I heard that song.
Him and Gunna collabing is what brought both of them up because they were both
Drake.
fire.
It's like Uzi and Cardi.
Drake.
Like, Juice WRLD and Ski Mask. Like, everybody comes up in pairs.
Hell yeah, Uzi and Cardi
But
definitely came up
without
together.
those key features, you're not blowing up from. Without the Drake feature, you're not blowing up to where he is today.
You know who I'll say blew up because of Drake? What's his name? Black Boy JB.
But what? Perfect
He
case in
actually
point.
blew up because of Drake.
Block Boy
because
JB
he
is
live-
trash.
I don't know who he is.
I'll give you that.
He's
100%.
trash.
He's not
Yeah, he's
Fat
trash,
Boy. The
but
new
he
album is.
actually had a hit
Yeah.
song just because Drake was on there. He was like, "Shelby Drive, look alive, look alive." Like he had a hit song. Dude, I thought his version of that song sucked, but I bumped that song like every day in high school because Drake was in it. Like
Block Boy trash.
Exactly, Drake. He's Drizzy Drake. He dissed
I'm not
Pusha
arguing
T.
that he
He's-
is like a top tier rapper, but I'm just like, I
He's
mean,
on a different level.
oh yeah, but he's all like he's coming out of his like I'd say he's coming out of his prime a little bit. Like Lil Baby's coming up and Drake's kind of coming down a little bit.
When Drake drops Certified Lover Boy, you don't even be saying that.
Oh really?
He was supposed to drop it on.
When was
Valentine's
his
Day.
last good album, EJ?
His last album. That was his last good album.
No. An
What's
actual, not with 3 songs on it.
They're all. When has Drake missed? Please look. When does Drake miss?
Oh, I'll tell you when Drake missed.
When does he miss?
I got you.
Scorpion.
Miss.
Yes.
It was okay. It was all right.
Dark Lane
Scorpion.
demo tapes. I want you to name one song off Dark Lane
my
demo tapes that
God.
didn't have Playboy Cardi or the Chicago Freestyle.
What do you mean? Name one song?
Yeah.
I mean, those are my 2 favorite.
Oh, I
songs.
forgot. That's because you don't listen to the other ones because they're trash. So you're telling me that 2 songs out of 14 songs makes a good album?
But if I look right now, he has better songs.
All right.
I might
Care
not think of it.
Package. Can you name one song off Care Package?
Care Package wasn't a real album. Those songs have already dropped.
Oh, it wasn't?
Those songs have already dropped.
Oh, so then Playboy Cardi didn't drop an album, did he? Because all of those songs were leaked.
They weren't leaked. Drake had already dropped those songs.
Scorpion, trash. Truthfully, hold
More
on,
Life
not
was trash?
nonstop. God's Plan, Mob Ties, Nice for What?
God's
Okay,
Plan
4 out of
was
13
freaking
songs were
viral.
good.
That album was okay. I mean, it wasn't.
More
it wasn't
Life
any-
was mid.
Man,
No, that
was
was okay.
mid.
I did not like that one.
More Life
When you
was
talk
mid.
The old school Drake.
More
like,
Life was
Nothing
just full of
Changed,
features,
the
EJ.
Care album, like those ones are crazy.
More Life was just filled with
Hey,
features. The
what about
features carried
Views?
that.
What a time to be
Views was crazy.
alive.
Views was probably his last good album. I'll give you that. Views was probably
You
the last
2016, thank you. The last time Drake was good was in 2016.
Yeah.
That
Ever
is
Since
ever
then,
ever
Drake
since
has
he
been a
came
feature
down from
artist.
That tower, he hasn't been the same since.
Facts. Facts.
Drake has the most. We looked it up. Remember last podcast? He has the most platinums out of any rapper.
Yeah.
Because he's been
Why-
dropping albums for how long, EJ?
But every
A
new
decade.
album he
He's
drops
been
goes
dropping.
platinum.
He's been dropping albums for a decade. You've got Lil Baby who just got into the game pretty much because he's literally still pretty brand new.
He
Truthfully,
did not just get into the game. Little
He's-
Baby's been
he's
around
pretty
for
brand
like 4,
new.
5, 6 years.
2017. 2017.
He was
He's been in the game
definitely
for
around before
2017.
2017.
2017 was his first album,
When Drake came into the game, like
That's 4 years he's been in the game.
and he's already the best.
Because he blew up with Drizzy Drake. Yes, indeed. Put him on. Then people heard Gunna. I'm talking about the mainstream
No.
people. People that aren't just looking for hot rappers.
No.
You could talk about any underground guy right now, and then in 2-3 years be like, oh yeah, I've been listening to him since he was just getting 1,000 views on SoundCloud. Like, that doesn't make it any better. I'm talking about the mainstream
Alright.
people.
here's the real question. We'll settle this way. You have an option to do you have an option to do a song with Lil Baby, you have a song to do an option with Drake. Which one are you picking? That
Drake.
because you think it's gonna make you the most money and take off your career. I'm
Drake.
taking Lil Baby any day right now because he's hot and he's the one that's gonna get me the listens and gonna get me the contracts.
Dun, dun, dun,
Drake.
dun.
Drake is doing that times 2. Whatever Little Babies is bringing you, Drake's bringing that times 2.
Cap.
Drake will start off entire
Right
career. Right now. If you talk a song with Drake is like one of the most valuable assets on
You're
the
talking about
planet.
the dude who had a ghostwriter right now? Is that who he's talking about? He had a ghostwriter?
What does that even mean? So what is a
A
ghostwriter?
ghostwriter? He can't even write his own lyrics. You're calling him a rapper.
Bro, he's a writer on every one of his songs.
After
How many people have, if you look at the Apple Music, if you go all the way down to the lyrics, it'll show you who composed the music. It's never just one person. It's always more people. You ever see a studio session? There's like 30 dudes in there. You don't think that people are just going to be like throwing in stuff here and there? No one ever just writes a song by themselves. You don't just make music by yourself.
So look at J. Cole.
Russ is like the only person that does that.
So look at J. Cole. Don't leave J. Cole out of it.
J. Cole?
You're not about to diss J. Cole right now. I know you're not either, because J. Cole's a top 3 rapper.
Jermaine? You're talking about Jermaine Cole? What? He is mid. J. Cole is mid.
You haven't listened to a single album.
3 good songs.
You haven't listened to a single album.
3.
You haven't listened to a single album.
They're mid.
You're speaking out of your mind.
KOD was his
Hold on,
best album.
Campbell. This is the same dude that said "Everybody" was a miss by Lil Baby, and I showed it to him, and this dude was over here like this, like bumping his head, You had EJ. EJ was over here talking about I'm firing everybody. J. Cole is not mid. You are sadly mistaken if you think J. Cole's mid.
KOD is not mid, but everything else that he's dropped is mid.
So his whole entire album with no features that went double platinum in under a year was mid?
Yeah.
So this is the same thing that you're saying that Playboi Carti's the best, but nobody likes his last album.
That's not true.
This is the same contradiction.
Go on the Playboi Carti fan pages. They have hundreds of thousands of people that like it.
Doesn't sound like millions.
Well, they each have hundreds of thousands. Put them all together.
You got the same people following the same pages, commenting the same shit.
What I will say about J. Cole is like his Revenge of the Dreamers albums. Those are tough. Those are better than anything he drops by himself. When he has like he has J-Rock on there, they go harder than
Who's
him.
telling a better story than J. Cole while rapping?
A story? I don't listen to music for a story. I'll read a book for a story. I listen to music to get hype, to get lit, to turn up. That's all I want from
the fact
music.
That you're telling me that you sit here and you get hyped to Playboi Carti talking about something. Shut up.
Music.
Shut up.
It is rage music. Oh my god.
Shut up,
Wow.
man.
Bro, if you listen to his album, he doesn't even mumble that much. That's the thing. He did not even mumble that much. Someone sat down and counted. He said, yeah, like, I think like 700 plus times. I'm like, why are you sitting there counting every time he says, yeah, unless you're a fan? You know what I mean? Like, you got to enjoy it to sit there and say, okay, 1, 2, 471, 472. Like, you're just sitting there counting time he says, yeah. So what? He says, yeah, a bunch of times.
So he's not a lyricist.
The Baby is a better lyricist than J. Cole.
That was so bad, Campbell just left.
Is that? Yeah,
that was so bad, Campbell just left. What you did, that's content. What you just said made Campbell leave. That just crashed his Discord.
Wow. Bro.
You think DaBaby is a better lyricist than Jay? You truthfully believe that?
Bro, have you heard DaBaby? DaBaby be going crazy.
Put my dick in some cheeks. Yeah, cool, man.
He made a whole song about putting his dick in cheeks.
Yeah, Wet Dreams, but he explained it, bro. I need you to go back. I need you to go back and listen. I need you to go back and listen.
I saw a girl with a big ass in my math class. Who hasn't seen that? Okay, you slid over there. Congratulations, you've done what everybody else in high school has done.
But he rapped about it, bro. You don't no, bro. Hold on. Nah. You don't we're gonna stay up till 6 listening to J. Cole. I'm gonna force you to listen to J. Cole.
I've listened to him. People have done the exact same thing you're saying now. I've listened to it. This has happened multiple times. And KOD, I vibe with. I like KOD.
I feel like you're a beats type of guy.
Like, I like the beats.
I think you like the beat.
If you go strictly off beats, Whole Lotta Red is the best album of the year.
Yeah, sure.
Whole Lotta Red beats were ridiculous.
When you're talking about a rapper, so you like the producers.
The producers?
You like the music producers. Bro,
I love Weezy Outta Here. I love Metro. I love Yo Pierre. Love all those guys. Those guys are good.
So you don't like rappers, you like producers.
That's not true.
Oh my god. What happened to Campbell?
So guys, if you're still in, Campbell's phone died, so he's about to hop off for the night.
Damn.
But you know, we always wanted to throw a thanks to Campbell if he's still watching.
What the fuck, bro? Oh shot. I can't believe you right now.
Bro, my thing is like, if you are a lyricist and your beats are trash, no one's gonna listen to you. If your beats are
look
good,
at J. Cole.
His beats are good though. These aren't trash. But they're not trash. Like, they're well produced beats.
They're mid.
The production.
They're not like what Trippie Redd and Playboy just put out.
That song is different.
That beat is literally the summertime vibe. I have been listening to that song every single day, just driving in the car because the beat is so amazing. And Trippie Redd's over here just talking about some shoot at helicopters. I was like, I don't even care what he says. You got Prismo in the back.
Prismo! What's up, puppy guy? That's the company dog, guys. So.
That's our emu at the moment. You gotta dress Prismo up as an emu.
I gotta call him tomorrow and be like, hey guys, can we adopt an emu? Just don't slaughter him and turn him into oils. I'll give you $200.
Don't turn him into makeup products.
Literally, like, that's all. But yeah, honestly, at the end of the day, man, music is what you make of it. You know, you can get hyped to any song. You can enjoy any song. Like, I'm not a person to really listen to more genres, but if some reason I turn on another genre, I'm able to listen to it and appreciate it. I might not like it or download it,
unless it's
but
country
I'm able
music.
to appreciate it. Huh?
Unless it's country music.
No, even country songs.
I can't get into country songs.
Like Florida Georgia Line, I think they're pretty lit. You know?
Nah, not me, man. That's just not for me. Country music, I just can't get into it. I can't bop my head unless it's Chris Jansen's "Buy Me a Boat." That song slaps.
Buy me a boat? Who's he telling to buy him a boat?
He's just talking about buying a boat.
Oh.
You haven't heard that song yet?
No.
That's your homework. You gotta listen to Chris Jansen's "Buy Me a Boat."
Buy me a boat. I wanna drive it. Who's gonna drive the boat? Like, honestly, music is different, man. Like, I think that there's people that truly like to make music because that's what they like to do. And then there's people like NBA Youngboy who literally, like, for I think like over a year, he was the most viewed artist on YouTube out of any genre. And he literally says, like, I just do this to make money. Like, I don't really love music. But like people like him, because they're doing it for the money, they're gonna produce the music that the people want to hear from them. But the people that really just love music, they'll produce music that they want to hear, and it might not blow up just because, you know what I mean?
I understand that, but NBA YoungBoy's shit is gas.
But he doesn't make music because he loves music.
That's okay. He's
You're
making
17 with
he's
4
making
babies.
gas music.
He had to do something, right? If you're 17 with 4 babies, what are you gonna do? Your options are limited.
Doesn't he have like 8 now?
Yeah, he has even more. But
He's got crazy kids. And then he said he had STD as a publicity stunt. He didn't even have it. He didn't have any STDs.
He's probably like, I get so many bitches. I could tell him I got STDs and still get bitches.
He
And
still
like,
was,
no
bro.
way.
He was still having more babies. They didn't care.
No,
Look at 6ix9ine. 6ix9ine doesn't care about music.
no, he says it all the time.
He just wanted money
What rainbow tattoos all over your body and face.
and rainbow
If it wasn't-
hair.
That has nothing to do with music.
And that's why he snitched. He's not a real rapper. I don't think that's why people didn't understand why he snitched. Like, he's not an actual dude, like a gangster. Like, that's not him. He doesn't live by the code.
He doesn't live by the code.
So I don't know why people are calling him a rat and stuff. Like, yeah, he ratted, but I mean, I'm ratting if you fuck my baby mama, take my money, and you're trying to raise my child.
Yeah.
He did
mean-
it. She did this. He was here at this time doing this. He was over here. How many more names you need? Oh, he was doing this. I'm pointing fingers everywhere.
And like those get really sticky because like at the end of the day, even like dudes that do like live by the code, like no snitching or whatever, and they're from like, you know, wherever they're from, they still be snitching too when it's like you go to get 60 years or you tell us who did what and you'll get like you'll
2
go
years.
off. Yeah, sometimes you'll just go off scot-free. Like most people will take their own freedom over other people's freedom.
Fuck yeah, I'm gonna take my own freedom. I'm not
I
trying
would
to
say
sit in here not
dumb
doing
to
shit.
not do that. If you're gonna give other people freedom and sacrifice your own, I think that speaks more about you than them.
I'm not
You know
trying
what
to
I mean?
sit in a jail cell, dropping my soap, getting fucked in the ass all the time. Like, that's just, I'm not doing that.
That's not a good time.
Now, if Pornhub comes up to me and they're like $300 billion for a sex tape that you have to post on Pornhub with the same sex, sign me up.
That's a little
I'm
high.
taking my $300 billion and I'm going and buying 500 yachts.
You would do it for less.
Huh?
You would do it for less.
I'd do it for $100 billion. I'd do it for $50 billion.
You do it for $1 billion.
No.
Yeah, you would.
No.
If they'd actually
Minimum?
made you the offer and you're sitting in that room, you're gonna sign
If
it.
I'm really negotiating with someone about it and I'm really thinking about it and I'm sitting in the room, I'm telling them I want 50, but I'd do it for 10.
You do it for one.
Nah, I couldn't do it for 1.
You just went down from 300 to 50. You'll go to $1 billion. You'll do it.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No, I won't.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
No.
$1 billion for like 9 minutes.
See,
That's
$1 billion could take care of me. $10 billion could take care of.
You're not gonna. We literally went through this the other day. You literally almost cannot spend $1 billion.
When I started thinking about it, yeah, I could.
That's because you're giving away hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah, I want to be able to do that for my people. I want to be able to do that for my friends and family.
Do they need 100 mil?
Yeah.
Or do they need 5 mil?
No,
Do they need
5
20
mil's not life changing.
5 mil's not life changing to who?
No, EJ. To a normal person.
What?
EJ, you can blow through $5 million in a year. Easy.
You can, but if you are not in the 99, if you're in the 99% of Americans and you gave someone $5 million, that's 1,000% life changing.
No.
Most people will never make that amount in their entire life.
People
That's
make
life changing.
yeah, yes. Throughout their entire life, Maybe not, but like five, like no, 100 mil,
Well,
100
people that
mil.
make $1 million in their entire life.
No, ooh, cap.
A lot of people don't.
You're saying some people don't make $1 million in their lifetime.
If the average person right now is making $40K a year, how are they going to make $1 million in their lifetime?
Okay, so Morgan said she'd take 100 mil.
What's 40K times 80? Let's say you're only working from what, 16? Let's say you work from 16 and you die at 85. That's 65 or less. That's like 58 years.
Okay, go
So
58.
58 years and you're getting $48,000 a year. That's 2.5 million before taxes.
Let's go.
Before taxes, you got
So after taxes, you're looking at 1.75, 1.25 million.
Over your entire life. That's saying you have no expenditures.
You're making $1 million.
Over 60 years?
You give someone, look, bro.
But that's double that.
Look,
5
EJ,
billion is still double that lifetime. That's 2 lifetimes.
EJ, I want 10 billion minimum because I can give 100 million away to people that I love, and I can still have enough money to where my kids will never have to work, and I can just teach my kids, hey, this is money, this is what you do with it, this is how your money makes more money, and this is the smart way to use it. And then they teach their kids that, and they teach their kids that, and the wealth is generational. At that point, my kids are changing the world because I'm like, hey, if you can do this and get this amount of money, you can give away this amount to people who need it more than you do because you have enough.
Why do you think people like Bill Gates say, we're not giving our kids any money?
Because they don't need it. They know what to do with it.
But if your dad is worth $100 billion, which is 10 times the amount that you said you're good with, that means they could give their kids $1 billion and have nothing. They could give their kids $10 billion and have nothing affected in their life.
Bill is older. You got to think, though. Bill is older. So Bill's got a different philosophy than what I grew up with. Bill's got a different mindset than me. Bill doesn't see the world the same way that I see it. Bill's lived longer. Maybe when I get to that age, I'm like, hell no, yeah, my kids can live off 10 mil, and they can do whatever they want with that. Maybe I change.
$50 minimum wage in 2021.
Maybe I change.
By 2050, everybody's gonna get $50 an hour.
Yeah, milk's gonna be fucking $35.
We're gonna be drinking synthetic milk. Just they're an IV. Everybody's got their food IVs in the morning.
I hope your mom is still breastfeeding.
Have you seen like those kids that are like 12 years old still like breastfeeding?
What?
Yeah, like there's a lot of, or not a lot, but like on YouTube you could find like, I think it's like My Strange Addictions, and they'll be like 12, 9, 8, and they'll be breastfeeding still.
That's strange.
And like it's like the moms are just like not ready to stop. You know, it doesn't even be like the kids most of the times. It'll be the moms like, oh no, like I still love him, like to suck on my titties, even though he's almost a teenager.
Oh yeah, no digs. What's even the appropriate time for a kid to stop breastfeeding?
Honestly, I would say like 4 is pushing it.
4 months?
4 years.
Whoa, you're really pushing it after 4 years. I was drinking out of a cup when I was 4.
That's what I'm saying. Like if you're breastfeeding at 4, you're pushing it. Like you're still like a baby.
So, I would say like 18 months max.
18 months?
18 months. Not even 2 years old yet.
Not even 2?
Nah.
Oh, man.
But I don't know. I'm not a fucking doctor, so I have no idea.
I don't know.
Morgan, hold on. Morgan knows. Morgan said 2 to 3 years. Morgan's a girl. She knows.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're at 4,
okay,
you're
2-3 years. It. Yeah, I'd agree. Okay. Like I said, I'm not a doctor, so I have no fucking idea what the... I don't know what I'm talking about right now. I'm not ever going to breastfeed. I don't know. I'm just throwing out a number, like, truthfully. I
You
believe
never know.
Morgan though.
I also believe Morgan. Shout out to Morgan. Make sure to like the video, guys. We got 4 people in here. We should get 4 likes on the video. That's our goal. If we get 4 likes, I will
What are we at?
send $1,000 to
We're at 2
Palestine.
likes already, EJ. We're halfway there.
And we need 2 more likes, guys. Donate some likes. Show some love.
Donate some likes.
For every like that we get 1 more like. When PewDiePie started saying that shit, I thought that was hilarious. He's like, subscribe to my channel. For every subscriber I get 1 more subscriber.
Hold on. She said it may. What? It may. Oh my God. It's mainly because the milk you produce cannot help if your child is sick. Like it's weird. Like your milk adjusts to your child and their health. Okay, that makes sense. What if you're a mom and you got bad milk? How do you know? Like, what if you
Can
just
you
have
have
bad
bad
milk?
milk? Is that a thing? Gonna have bad milk? Like tainted milk?
I don't know. That's what I'm thinking though. Like, what if you got some bad milkers? You know what I mean?
If you're like did a bunch of coke when you were like 20 and just had
If
a
you
kid
did a
at, like
bunch of coke, your child is coming out decrepit.
dang. Crack baby.
I think that's a fact. There's babies that come out addicted to crack.
Yeah, they gotta give them like little crack doses when they come out the womb.
That's
sad.
insane to me. That's like, how?
It's so sad. You just come out and you're like, I need some fucking crack.
As a parent, how can you do that?
You don't even know what crack is. You don't even know what's going. You're like,
You just
imagine
want
opening
it.
your first time.
You're like literally
That was-
shaking as a baby, fiending for crack. That's so bad to make fun of, but like, what the fuck?
It's really sad.
That's terrible.
It's so sad.
And that happens, like, wow. Weird thought.
At least every day, I would say a crack baby's born.
Every day.
Every day, a crack baby's born.
I'm gonna need
There's a
the
lot of babies born
statistics
a
on
day.
that. I don't know if every day a crack baby's born.
Oh yeah, every other day.
I don't know, EJ. But a crack baby being born every day, that's
There's a lot
that's
of
a little
babies
much.
being born. There's
That's
a lot of
little
crack
much.
going around. A lot of cocaine.
There's
I would
bad
even say
cocaine.
like crack babies is probably like a broader term for like, you know, meth babies, heroin babies, Molly babies, like even like nicotine says like it can cause birth defects. Like if your girl smoking a Juul while she's pregnant, your baby could be just sitting there fiending for Juul.
Coming out the womb fiending for nicotine. I think you can quit nicotine easier than you can quit crack.
Can a baby? A baby doesn't know anything. They're just know nicotine is what they want.
A baby's just gonna cry then, because if you stop using nicotine, you lose the like need for it.
Do you?
Yes.
After how
100%.
long?
Look at alcoholics, EJ. They go like look at anybody that goes to rehab truthfully and that is like still following, I guess, their rehabilitation process. They quit.
But do they still want it, or is that willpower?
I think willpower has to come into it at that point. So if you just don't give your baby nicotine, it'll force itself to just say it doesn't need it.
But babies can't think like a person that's in rehab, though.
No, a baby can barely think at all, if any, for itself. So it just knows what to do because you're doing it. Like if you
Yeah.
teach someone's child how to tie their shoes a certain way, they're gonna do it that way instead of the way that you tried to teach it as a 1-year-old instead of a 5-year-old, because they can retain that.
Yeah.
I don't remember shit until I think I remember the only reason I remember my 3-year-old birthday party is because my parents showed me videos of it. Like the best memory I can get to is probably first grade, kindergarten.
Yeah.
I don't really remember much of preschool. Maybe like one nap time in preschool where I threw a dinosaur across the room and got in trouble, but that was it.
Oh man. wild child.
I couldn't tell you what I was doing. Felt like throwing a dinosaur, I feel like.
If I had a time machine, I think I'd go back to like the first time I opened my eyes for the first time. I think that'd be interesting to experience again.
Fuck that. I want all the tapes of my recess and like backyard football moments. I want my highlight reel. I want 30 minutes of my highlights from backyard football. I would pay so much money to get a replay of those.
You know what I would pay a lot of money for? To get a replay of the party chats from video games.
Wow, EJ, what a great transition. You know what? I think that we should make something that makes you be able to do that.
That's a great idea, Spencer. That's a great idea. You know, maybe we could have like a cool name. Something like,
something
fun.
Like Emu.
Emu!
Euphoric moments uncensored.
Oh man, that's us, by the way. Thanks for watching our skit. That's pretty much what happened and why you're sitting here watching us on YouTube right now. So we're dropping a Kickstarter campaign. You guys are getting an insider look to the public right now if you're watching. So shout out to anybody staying with us.
Shout out to our 3 viewers, man. Y'all are goats.
Oh yeah, shout out to everybody. I know we were gone for a little while, but we're about to be more consistent. You guys are gonna have reliable content.
We're out of school. School is done.
Oh, you finished everything now?
Homework. I finished on Wednesday. Wait, psych, Monday.
Monday.
I go to Vegas next week.
Again tomorrow, right? We got to get back on our schedule. We got to do double days. We got to double dip.
Double dip. I'll stream tomorrow.
But our podcast on Thursdays. Tomorrow's
Thursday. Thursday. I got a basketball game tomorrow.
At 9 p.m.?
Technically, like 9:30.
9:30? What? Really?
EJ, you need to move to Georgia.
They need to move to Georgia?
You can come play basketball. Bro,
you know YMCA is still closed? Like, there's no indoor basketball in Delaware?
Did not know that.
There hasn't been any last year.
Bro, one of my best friends, Alex, has he's got his own gym that he runs with his boss Kenny from his sales job. Kenny kind of took Alex under his wing and is kind of looking after him job type wise. And they I was telling you about it, they run the first graders, second grader, third grade teams out of there. And they just got backpacks. Their backpacks are fine. I'm gonna have to take a picture and send it to you. They're cold.
Yeah, send me that, John.
But we go in the gym and we just ball out. And Alex invited the dude who cuts his hair, Archie. And Archie's cold, bro. Archie's splashing threes. He can almost dunk on 10.
Oh.
He came in yesterday on me, bro. I literally just moved out of the way. All he did was lay it up, but I thought he was gonna dunk on me and I moved. But I'm not getting dunked on. Alex is over here crossing people up, dropping dimes.
Oh man.
Alex is like CP3. He gets points. He gets points, but the assists, Alex's passes are unmatched. And then me and Mike are kind of just there. Truthfully, I'm just there. I make a couple points a game. And then Mike makes a couple points a game, but Archie and Alex are usually the main. And then Devin comes sometimes, who's Alex's cousin. He's a cold white boy. He's big, so he's like you, honestly. He just bodies people in the paint. Like what you were doing to Trey and Michael that one time, bro. When I just literally passed you the ball and you were just buckets every time.
Yeah. It's weird for me to hoop at regular courts because a lot of times it'll be mostly high schoolers, especially because school's out and stuff. So if I go hard in the paint, I'm wilding because I'm I'm 21. I'm a grown man wild in the paint against 16-year-olds. But if I lay the ball up soft or go up easily, try not to back into some 120-pound kid, then you're so soft, you suck, all this, all that. But the second I go in hard, it's you're doing all this, all
foul.
Yeah, it's foul. And I can never call a foul. Literally today, some kid, he was maybe 5'3", 5'4", and he was like 18. He was grown, and I get a pass. I go for the layup. This dude grabs my arm, and I miss the shot, and I call foul. And literally the entire court, the entire like people that had names like, oh no, you can't call foul. And I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like, I can't be fouled just because I'm the tallest one here. I can't be. That doesn't make any sense to me.
We're not really like that. So where we're at right now, like balling, like I remember, I don't know who we had in the gym that called a foul, but somebody called it, and we kind of all just looked, and we were like, what? Like cause like how me, Alex, and Mike play, like if it's a foul, the defender will call the foul. Like if you know you fouled, like just it's almost like a gentleman's agreement to just own up to it. Like yesterday, Alex was going in for a layup. Dude, I totally like hip bumped him like hard as fuck. Like I just put my hip out there and I was like, nah, it's your ball. I was like, I just didn't want you to get an easy layup.
Yeah. But like if that's the case, then I would be cool if someone just did that. But the dude was trying to say like it was all ball. So I was like, put your arms up. And he put his arms up and they were like at my elbows. I was like, how could that possibly be all ball? He's like, I jumped. I'm like, I jumped as well. That doesn't make any, you don't have hops like that.
Nah.
You can't even hit the net.
Yeah, no, usually we're pretty cool on like calling, like we're fair. We're fair. I'd say that we like this, like playing with Alex and them, that's probably the most fair basketball I've ever played. Like it's just, if you foul, you foul. If it's half and half, like I'm not calling. Like if you come into the paint, you're getting contact. We're all above 21 here. Like you're gonna get hit in the paint. Like, but if it's hard enough, like yeah, call the foul.
I am not a shy fouler. I'm gonna call foul if I am going for a shot. And I watch the NBA. They get fouled for way less than what I be going through on a daily basis. And I don't call every foul. I call the fouls that I think are outrageous. I think are inhibiting for me from making the shot. If you have stopped me from making the shot just by hitting my arm or my body, then I'm gonna call a foul. And it doesn't matter that I'm 6'3", 6'4", doesn't matter.
That's facts.
I don't think it should matter. I'm like, can Muggsy Bogues not foul people?
Yeah, no.
Did he have 0 fouls in the NBA? He was the shortest dude out there. He fouled people all the time.
Facts. Yeah, I don't know. You're playing with some softies up at the park though. See, that's why I don't think I could play with anybody else. Like now, because even at Newberry, like Newberry, we were fouling, but it wasn't like hardcore fouls. Yeah, we called it when it was necessary. Prismo is our new guest.
Prismo, what do you guys say to the people?
Yeah, he's trying to lick your face.
He doesn't have much to say. But yeah,
he's
man,
going crazy.
He is a crazy too. Yeah, fix your ear, buddy. The ear's all up like this. It's like a crazy.
Dogs are so used to that. That's so weird how you can just bend their ear back. They don't even realize it.
Yeah, I just do it sometimes. Just let them walk around.
Doesn't even bother them. He's trying to bite you.
What are you gonna do? Honestly, like we both know you're not gonna do anything. Just stop it. Oh, whoa.
Yo, he got attitude.
Because I took away the golf ball. He was chewing on my golf ball. I took it away. It just started trying to nibble at me. Here, take it. Take it. Yeah. Go away. Go.
Make sure he doesn't swallow it.
He swallowed a golf ball? R.I.P.
R.I.P. Prismo. Damn.
Yeah, man. Dogs are crazy. So, the people want to know, Spencer, they're asking in the chat, are we back here tomorrow or you have basketball? You said you have basketball, actually. I don't know.
We can stream tomorrow. We can try to do an early podcast.
An early podcast? Oh, like what time?
It's just gotta, I don't know, it could probably be any time. It's just gotta end at like 8:30.
You want to do one at like 4?
We could do a 4 p.m. podcast. Yeah.
Okay, bet. 4 p.m. guys, tomorrow.
I'm trying to wake up and stream some Valorant, some Aim Labs, maybe some CS:GO tomorrow. And then we can just transition into the podcast.
Word. That sounds like a plan.
That'd be dope.
Well, I hope you guys like the new format of the podcast, the new layout.
Dude, it looks so much more clean.
It's very clean.
I don't know why we didn't do this at first.
Yeah. Like Campbell had his own little box and everything. That was pretty cool.
We all have our own box.
Yeah.
And like it all fits into the screen. And then if we have 2 guests, the whole screen's filled up.
Oh yeah. 2 guests. We should get 2 guests for tomorrow.
I've been I could probably I don't know if I could get Ant. I'll call him Koala right now, but that's his Vietnamese name. His like American name is Andrew. We could have him on, but he's such a troll, bro. He's got the most trolliest vibes ever. He's a troll. He just says things to say things.
Hey, that's what podcasts are all about, right?
And then we get him and Justin on. That'd be pretty fun. See if Justin will do the podcast tomorrow.
Yeah, see if they're down. I'll be down for that. But yeah, I think we're probably gonna wrap up for tonight, right? What we go today? Like
good hour and 50.
Yeah, we're just around the 2-hour mark. I mean, I'm good if you're good. I think
this is a pretty great podcast, especially with Campbell in here. That was fun.
Oh.
I liked Campbell. Honestly, he gets a second podcast.
Campbell's lit.
Campbell's getting a second podcast for sure. We're gonna have him on again.
We used to go to school together in the mornings. Like, he actually got me into lacrosse. He was like, "Oh man, you should play lacrosse." And I was like, "Okay." I was like, "Okay, if you say so."
Dude, lacrosse is so whack. Who would even play that sport, bro?
No, not me, man.
You're definitely like dumb if you played lacrosse.
Oh yeah.
Those are baseball bats in the background.
The nets are for catching. It's like a catcher's mitt on a baseball bat.
Yeah.
Baseball.
All right. Well, big bets. Thank you for everybody who tuned in today on the podcast. You are highly appreciated for being in here and just listening. If you came in and said, "Hey," we appreciate that too.
100%.
Love the love in the chat. When I say come in and say hi, come in and say hi. We got Morgan, my boy Matt Schlesinger, the ex-goalie in high school. We had Kim come in here. Highly appreciated.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to do it for tonight. Euphoric Moments Uncensored is peacing out. We will catch you guys tomorrow for an early podcast stream at 4 p.m., maybe 4:15, somewhere around 4.
Eastern time.
Eastern time for sure. So that is 1 if you're on the West Coast watching, which I don't think anybody is.
Shout out to the West Coast.
Shout out to Cannon and Trey. All right. Well, Emu Club out, peoples.